Greetings to all. This is M.SAVITHRI, Assistant Professor in Commerce, Bharathiyar Arts and Science College. Today I am going to teach Corporate Accounting 1. In this subject we are going to see issue of shares. So as a problem paper, Corporate Accounting, the students have to understand the problem and they have to work out on the solution and their marks will be good. So usually the problem of corporate accounting looks like a big size of page, and the question is X company limited issued 4,000 shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of rupees 2 per share. The amount was payable as under: on application rupees 3 per share, on allotment rupees 4 per share including premium of rupees 2, on first call rupees 3 per share, on second and final call rupees 2 per share. The company received applications for 5,000 shares and the allotment was made as under: applicants for 200 shares allotted nil, applicants for 800 shares allotted full, applicants for 4,000 shares allotted 3,200 shares. All monies were duly received except the first call on 200 shares and final call on 300 shares. Past journal entries. So this is the question. The students have to take at least 5 minutes to read the question. And after reading the question, the students cannot write the solution immediately. I used to tell the students to extract the important data from the question. So I will tell you how to extract the data from the question. So you can see the same question, I am highlighted few of the words which are the important details of the question. From the first line, X company limited issued 4,000 shares. So the company name of this sum is X company limited, and which is issuing 4,000 shares of rupees 10 each. Number of shares issued 4,000 and the face value is rupees 10, and these shares are issued at a premium of rupees 2. So and also the face value of rupees 10 is divided into 4 stages called as application, allotment, first call and second and final call. So on application, how much rupees are collected? Rupees 3, and on allotment rupees 4 per share collected, which includes the premium of rupees 2, and the first call rupees 3 per share was collected, and on second and final call rupees 2 per share were collected. So the company received how many application? 5,000 shares. Okay, so here we have to wait and check how many shares were issued by the company. 4,000 shares, but the applicants for 5,000 shares were applied. So this sum has oversubscription, and also that for oversubscription, what is happening in that company? The company directors decided to allot the shares like this. For the first 200 share applications, they have allotted nil, which means all the shares were rejected. And for the applicants for 800 shares fully allotted, and for remaining 4,000 shares only 3,200 shares were allotted. So what happened for the 800? Difference between 4,000 and 3,200. That 800 shares are called as pro rata allotment, which is adjusted towards share allotment account. And also in this sum we are having another one important point, that is calls in arrears. All the monies were duly received except on first call 200 shares and on second and final call 300 shares is called as calls in arrears. Now we need to do the journal entries. So their question is asking for passing the journal entries. So this is your question. So you can see this chart. I have clearly explained from this question what we are going to do. So this sum explains you have to keep in mind 3 things. One is about the shares are issued at premium. When the shares are issued at premium, it affects the allotment stage, because that premium is collected in the stage of allotment. In allotment there are 2 entries, one is due entry, another one is receiving allotment money. So share issued at premium will affect allotment due entry. And next thing we have to keep in mind about oversubscription. While oversubscription, you have to be very careful on the share application entries and receiving share allotment money. And finally, we have to concentrate on calls in arrears. In this time, we have to concentrate on share first call entry and share second call entry while receiving the amount. So now we are going for solution. Actually for this sum we are having 4 stages. One is on application, another one is on allotment, another one is on first call, last one is for second and final call. There are 4 stages. For each stage you have to give 2 journal entries. So overall you have to give 8 journal entries for this sum. So let's see the sum. So for the solution you have to write the heading of this sum in the books of X Company Limited journal entries. This should be your heading, and you have to make columns. Already you are going to write the sums, give the solution in accounts paper. There are already some columns. You have to write heading for that columns like particulars, ledger folio, debit rupees and credit rupees. What is the first journal entry? It is all about application stage. There are 2 entries for application stage. First entry is receiving share application money. So what is the entry? Bank account debited to share application account. So what is the amount you have to calculate? Overall how much shares we have collected for applications? 5,000 shares into 3 rupees, which is 15,000. Okay, so this is very simple entry. After that you have to transfer the issued share application money to share capital account. You have to make rejection and pro rata allotment. For all these 3 things we are going to make one journal entry which is called as combined entry or joint entry. You can see the second entry, share application account debited to share capital account, to bank account and to share allotment account. So totally how many share applications we received? For 5,000 shares into 3 rupees, which is 15,000. Out of 15,000 we are going to only transfer the share capital for 4,000 shares. Why 4,000 shares? Because the company, X Company Limited, issued only 4,000 shares. In this we have already told you this is oversubscription. For oversubscription we need to take only the issued shares to transfer the share capital. So 4,000 into 3, which is 12,000. And how much we have rejected? The company have rejected 200 shares into 3, which is 600, and to share allotment, which is called as pro rata allotment, we are adjusting the excess money without rejecting the money, which is called as pro rata allotment. 800 into 3, 2,400. So that was all about application stage. Next stage is allotment. For allotment stage also we are having 2 entries. First journal entry is about due the share allotment money. Second one is receiving the share allotment money. Let's see the journal entries. Share allotment account debited to share capital account to securities premium account. I already told you we have to keep that securities premium should be entered in the due entry of share allotment. So the entry is like this, and how much amount we have to enter for this journal entry. Actually after we are rejecting and making pro rata adjustment, after that we are having only 4,000 shares. So 4,000 shares into 4 is share allotment account, and share capital we are only taking 4,000 into 2, remaining 2 rupees for meant to securities premium, 4,000 into 2. So we have entered the amount. And next one is after we are asking that applicants to pay the allotment money, next step is receiving allotment money. Bank account debited to share allotment account. 4,000 shares into 4 rupees, 16,000 we need to collect. But already we have adjusted towards allotment from the excess share application money is 2,400, which is mentioned in the second entry. So we have to deduct that amount from the 16,000. We get 13,600. So next we move on to first call stage. First call stage, previous entry. So there are 2 entries for first call. Due the share first call money, share first call account debited to share capital account. For this we are going to collect for 4,000 shares into 3 rupees, amount is 12,000. After making the due, we need to receive the call money, first call money. What is the entry? Bank account debited to share first call account. Actually in this sum we are having some exemptions. For how many shares we didn't collect the first call money? That is called as calls in arrears account. For how many shares? 200 shares. So except 200 shares we only get 3,800 number of shares for first call. Okay. So you can see 3800 into 3, which is we are getting money, which is 11,400. Then calls in arrears 200 into 3, 600, and finally to share first call 4,000 into 3, 12,000. Next, second and final call stage. In this stage we are having two entries. One is due entry, another one is receiving second and final call money. For due entry, what is the entry? Same like first call. Shares, we are instead of share first call, we are going to tell share second and final call account debited to share capital account. Amount is 4,000 into 2, which is 8,000. And we are receiving the share second and final call money. Bank account debited, calls in arrears account debited to share second and final call. Amount is except 300 shares, which is 3,700. From 4,000 you have to deduct this 300. 3,700 shares only paid their second and final call money. So 3,700 into 2, bank amount is 7,400, and calls in arrears is for 300 shares into 2, 600, and share second and final call we have entered 4,000 into 2, 8,000. So this is all about the solution of this sum. Thank you.